Yeah, concept and nature. So you know by now you understood what is culture. You understood the difference between culture and civilization and all. Now at each point we have been talking about no humans have culture. It's a design for life to live in groups. So we were highlighting that groups. That group is what is society. In simple sense, if I had to say, society is a group of individuals following a definite pattern of life. That is following a culture. Okay, so please write. A society is a group of individuals. Society is a group of individuals involved in social interactions, involved in social interactions, and following a definite living pattern. See, this definite living pattern is nothing but culture, right? That is culture. Full stop. So this general definition, you can say it refers to like a group of people following certain norms and regulations. Okay, this is general definition, but we need to write one anthropological definition as well. That's where we will look at the definition given by Maurice Ginsburg. Okay, so please next paragraph. According to Maurice Ginsburg, Ginsberg, Ginsburg. So please write. Society is a collection of individuals individuals united by mm, you can say united by certain relations or modes of behaviors, certain relations or modes of behaviors. So this modes of behavior is where we are attaching that culture which marks them off, like which makes them unique, which marks them off, OAWF, off from others, marks them off from others. So simple, saying ki it's a collection of individuals who are having certain relations, social relations and modes of behavior. These modes of behavior is nothing but culture. But this culture should be distinct. अगर सिमिलर कल्चरल ट्रेड्स है तो वो भी सेम सोसाइटी हो जाएगा. सो दैट इज वेयर वी आर सेइंग marks them off from the others. Okay, so from others. So बाकी लोग से अलग कर देता है ये. This is what is called the societies according to Ginsburg. So यहाँ पर three aspects. One is it's a group of individuals, collection of individuals. Two is they have a culture. Three is that culture is distinctive. If these three are satisfied, then you say it is a society. This is the definition given by Ginsburg. Now, what are the characteristics of the society? What does a society has? So please put this up heading, characteristics of society. Number one, please write. See, it consists of people. So please write. It consists of people. Number two. Just a second. Let me tell Dinesh as well. Okay, it consists of people. This is the first characteristic. Second, please write. See, among those peoples, there are interactions, social interactions. So please write. Second, mutual interactions. Mutual interactions among people who are connected. Okay. Then third characteristic is, see, society depends on likeness. Like we have said here, there is a distinctive culture which marks them off from the other cultures. That particular culture is going to give you one particular society. So in that particular society, all the people will be having some sort of likeness. They are bound by some values. So that is another characteristic. So please write. Society has a likeness. L-I-K-E-N-E-S-S, likeness. And fourth, see, लाइकनेस के साथ साथ सोसाइटी के अंदर डिफरेंसेस भी होंगे. सब लोग एक जैसा तो नहीं है. सो देयर विल बी डिफरेंसेस. सो सोसाइटी हैज डिफरेंसेस एज वेल. सो प्लीज राइट अनदर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक. सोसाइटी हैज differences as well. Next, fifth. See, society means interdependence also. One depends on the other, like interrelations and interdependency. Plus there is a division of labor also. So please write. Society has division of labor. So what does it mean by division of labor? So there is a segregation with respect to the labor. Who has to do what work? It can be like socially controlled division of labor, you can say. It exists. Then another characteristics of the society is it is interdependent. It is interdependent. On various aspects of the society, it is interdependent. Then society is liable to change. So it is dynamic, adaptable as well. एक टाइम पे इंडियन सोसाइटी देखो रिजिड था. नाउ इंडियन सोसाइटी इज लिटिल बिट लिबरल एंड ओपन. In the same manner, you can see some other society which is getting dynamic, which is changing. So society is dynamic, change भी होता है, साथ साथ में it is open to the change, that is adaptable. This is another characteristic of the society. Then the biggest thing is society has the culture, right? Society has culture. This is another. So without culture, you do not call it as a society. For example, a group of chimpanzees, उनके बीच में भी interrelations होते हैं, ये सारी चीजें हैं, but we don't call it as chimpanzee society. We do not call it because they don't have the culture. They have the proto-culture. They don't have the culture, so we don't call it as society. So in this manner, it has culture as well. So these are all the characteristics of the society. Now, we understood what is culture. Now we understood what is society. What is the link between this culture and society if we are to talk? So please, next page, please write society hyphen culture, or society and culture, how they are interlinked. On one side we have society, on another side we have understood the culture, how they are interlinked. See, in both society and culture, if you look at it, the common point is the people, because society is the group of people, culture is the way of life of the people. So there is a common point holding both of them. That means they are interdependent. We can conclude this on the basis of like the common points. And one side we are looking at it, culture we understood as it's a design for life in the groups. On the other side, we are saying that group is nothing but society. Collection of individuals with a culture is nothing but society. So both of them, there is a interdependency, there is a relation. Also, we have seen that society being group of people, it requires culture to be in that group. अगर culture नहीं है तो society टूट जाएगा. It will break because people will not obey. See, culture puts certain norms and regulations, thereby controls the social behavior. अगर वो कल्चर नहीं है, रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन, स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसीजर्स नहीं है, पीपल कैनॉट लिव कोऑपरेट इन द ग्रुप. वो ग्रुप कोऑपरेशन खत्म हो जाएगा एंड द ग्रुप विल ब्रेक. सो सोसाइटी कैनॉट एग्जिस्ट विदाउट कल्चर. ऑन द अदर साइड, for the existence of culture, not existent, but for the progress of the culture, if you wanted to increase culture, make changes to the culture for the progress of the culture, plus to pass the culture to the next generations as a vehicle, it requires a medium, right? So that medium is your society. Society works as a medium for passing of the culture. That's how both of them are linked. Understood? So this is how they are linked, they are connected. So please write. Culture is, in this, under this, please write. Culture is way of life, way of life of the people, while society is an organized interacting group of people. See, in both places people is the connecting point. Okay, group of people. Continue in the same. In simple way, in simple words, society is composed of people. Society is composed of people, and the way they behave, the way they behave is their culture. So now to see the link between them, you can say on one side, if you are having society is nothing but group of people. On other side you have culture is nothing but the behavior of the people. Now see, society and culture, how they are connected. Here you can say society needs culture for its survival. Why? Without culture, society cannot exist, because there will be anarchy, lawlessness will be there. People will not follow the rules and regulations. There is no social cooperation, and that group will break. Why group is still intact? The solidarity, you can say survival, because the culture is going to provide solidarity and cooperation, group cooperation in the society. So as a result of it, there is a cohesion in the society and society is intact. So society requires culture for its very survival. But culture also requires society. Why? See, without society there is no culture. Like if the human beings are not there, culture is not there. And another thing, if you want to see progress in the culture, we want to see development in the culture, or even if you wanted to take culture to the next generations, you need society, right? So why culture requires society to progress? You can write here. Okay, I'll write it in the same manner like what we have written in the top section. Culture needs society for to pour, don't write for, rather write to progress, to progress. Sorry guys. Okay, to progress and to pass on to the next generations, pass on to next generations. So for this, obviously you need society. Without society, culture cannot be passed on. Now, between these two, society and culture, the connecting line is the pipeline. Connecting pipeline is the people. They are the ones who connect these two segments. Understood? Now, from this perspective, now you understood society, culture, civilization also. You have seen the link between culture and civilization, culture and society. On these lines, you can also link civilization and society, and if the combination comes, you can write about it. Okay, so please write, please make this done. Till here you have done. Now you make this diagram. See, such presentations will help us fetch more scores, but concept should be very much clear. Then if your concept core is clear, they ask any kind of question, you can comfortably write it.